Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time we're looking at how investing in AI, like really investing in AI, affects a company's growth.
Yeah, everybody's talking about AI and all the amazing things it's going to do.
For sure.
But, you know, what does the data actually say?
Exactly. So we found this fascinating research article from 2024 called
Looking in the rearview mirror.
Looking in the Rearview Mirror. Yeah.
I love that title.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's called, the full title is Looking in the Rearview Mirror, Evidence from Artificial Intelligence Investment, Labor Market Conditions, and Firm Growth.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, yes, published in the International Journal of Finance and Economics. So really, like legit, and we're going to go beyond the hype and see, what the data says about how AI affects growth.
Yeah, and, I think what was most interesting to me, and I think it'll be interesting to the listeners, is how much labor plays into it.
Ooh, juicy.
Yeah, this is not just about robots taking jobs. There's a lot more to it.
I'm intrigued. Okay, so where do we even start? I feel like AI is everywhere these days. It's like drinking from a fire hose.
Totally. It's used in every industry, from healthcare, finance, you name it.
Pretty much.
Retail, manufacturing,
Yeah.
the whole thing. But instead of just looking at everything,
Right.
this study uses what's called the resource-based view to understand how AI impacts business.
Resource-based view. I like it already.
It's kind of like, think about it like this. A company's success depends on what resources it controls.
Makes sense.
And especially if those resources are valuable, rare, hard to copy, and can't be replaced.
Okay, so like a rare Pokemon card.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants it. It's super valuable. You can't just print another one.
Exactly. And that's what they say about AI.
Interesting.
So AI is valuable because it can do things like streamline processes, cut costs, even help with innovation.
Right.
It's rare because not every company can use it effectively.
Right.
It's hard to copy because AI systems are complex. You need people who know what they're doing.
Specialists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's hard to replace because, how else are you going to analyze mountains and mountains of data?
True.
AI can.
So you're saying AI is this, powerful resource.
It is.
But then why isn't every company just, investing in it and seeing huge growth? Shouldn't they all be riding this AI wave to success?
Well, that's a great question, and that's what the study really digs into.
Okay, get to the good stuff.
Yeah. So the key finding is that a 10% increase in AI investment is connected to a 0.04% increase in a firm's growth.
Wait, 0.04%? That sounds pretty tiny.
I know, right?
Come on.
Seems minuscule, but it's overall company growth,
Okay.
which is notoriously hard to influence.
Yeah, that's fair.
So even a small percentage like that over time can actually become a significant advantage.
Okay, I see what you mean.
It compounds, it builds up.
Compounds, right? But I mean, there's got to be more to it than just throwing money at AI.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And that's where I think, to me at least,
Yeah.
it gets super interesting.
Ooh, tell me more.
This is where labor market conditions come in.
Oh, so it's not just robots taking over. Okay, I'm listening.
Not quite. So the study found that this connection between AI investment and growth, it's massively affected by
Drumroll, please.
labor market conditions.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not see that coming.
It's not just more AI equals more growth.
Right.
The human element is way more important than you might think.
So what kind of labor market conditions are we talking about?
Well, that's what we're going to unpack next. Let's dive a little deeper into the study and see how things like labor productivity and costs affect a company's ability to actually, use AI effectively.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready. All right, so we know that AI can boost growth, but like you were saying, it's tied to labor market conditions.
Exactly.
So can you break that down for us? Where does labor actually fit into this whole AI puzzle?
So the study found that labor productivity is key. When you have a really skilled and efficient workforce, the positive effects of AI, they actually get amplified. It's like AI becomes this force multiplier for talented people.
Okay, so it's not about replacing humans. It's about having the right people to actually use AI effectively.
Yeah, think of it this way.
Yeah.
AI can handle those repetitive tasks.
Right, the boring stuff.
Exactly. And provide those insights from data. It frees up humans to focus on,
The good stuff.
the good stuff. Exactly. Problem solving, creative thinking.
The stuff AI can't do. At least not yet.
Not yet. Exactly.
Right, so a skilled workforce is important.
Absolutely.
But what about the cost of labor? Doesn't AI have the potential to, cut those
Yeah,
costs.
it can, but the study found that high labor costs, they actually weaken the link between AI and growth.
Really?
Yeah, because if your labor expenses are already like sky high,
Yeah.
implementing AI might help.
Yeah.
But it might not be enough to really make a big difference on growth. It's kind of like a balancing act.
Right. I see what you mean. So it's not as simple as like AI equals cost savings.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, interesting. So what else did they find?
Well, there's another factor, and this one might surprise you.
Oh, I love surprises. Lay it on me.
So the study looked at something called labor share.
Okay, labor share. I'm not familiar with that one. What is that?
So labor share is basically the portion of a company's income that goes towards employee wages and benefits.
Okay, so how does that tie into all this AI stuff?
So the study found that a higher labor share actually had a negative impact on the AI growth connection.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it suggests that in some cases, companies might be using AI to actually reduce their reliance on labor,
Oh, interesting.
which, that can lead to job displacement.
Right, right. So it's like a double-edged sword.
It is?
It can boost growth, but it can also change the workforce.
Absolutely, and that's a really important consideration.
Yeah, it's something to think about for sure.
Yeah, as AI gets more and more advanced, businesses need to think carefully about the impact on their employees.
For sure. For sure.
It's about, balance between technology and
Responsible labor practices.
exactly.
Like people first. Right.
Yeah, finding a way to use AI to make humans better, not just replace them.
Right, right. Enhance, augment.
Exactly. Enhance. And the study actually provides more evidence for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it turns out that companies with high information asymmetry, meaning they have more knowledge about AI than their competitors,
Right.
they benefit more from AI investment.
So knowing how to use AI strategically gives companies an edge.
It does, big time.
It's not enough to just buy the cool new tool.
Exactly. You got to know what you're doing.
Right.
You need that deep understanding.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about during like tough economic times? Does AI still have a positive impact?
That's a good question. And actually, the researchers look at that too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They found that even during economic crises, the positive effect of AI investment on firm growth remained.
So AI could actually be a way for companies to like weather the storm.
That's what the data suggests.
Huh. Interesting.
It might help them adapt, optimize operations, even discover new opportunities.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah, we've talked about so much today.
Yeah, like labor productivity, cost of labor, even how companies that know more about AI can benefit more.
It's complex.
It is complex.
There's so many things at play.
But the question is, what does all this mean for, the listener? Like, how can they actually use these insights?
That's the million-dollar question, and that's what we'll talk about next.
Okay, so we've talked about all these fascinating things, AI, labor, all this stuff.
So much, so much.
But, like, what does it all mean for, someone listening to this right now? Like, what's the takeaway?
Well, the bottom line is AI can be a real growth driver,
Yeah.
but
There's always a but.
it's not automatic. There are some things that really matter.
So it's not like a guaranteed win just because you buy some AI software.
Exactly. It's more nuanced than that.
So what are those like key factors that determine whether AI is actually going to help a company grow?
Well, first, think about your workforce.
Right, the people.
The people, do you have, skilled and productive employees?
Right, people who can like use the AI, right?
Exactly, who can really make the most of it.
Or is it like, are there high labor costs? Is there a lack of expertise? Is that holding you back?
It could be, yeah.
It's like having a fancy sports car but not knowing how to drive stick.
Exactly. You got to know what you're doing.
You got to know what you're doing, yeah. And that makes me think about my own workplace, actually. Like,
Yeah.
we've been talking about implementing AI,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we've thought about this stuff
I think it's crucial for leaders to really ask these questions.
before they just, like, jump in.
Yeah, before they just, go all in on AI, because as the study shows, it's not a guaranteed path to success.
Right, it's not just like a magic bullet.
It's about making smart choices about how AI fits into your company, into your workforce.
Yeah, and I'm really struck by this whole complex relationship between AI and labor. It's not just robots versus humans.
Right, it's not that simple.
Like, it's in the headlines all the time.
Yeah, it's a lot more nuanced than that.
It's like, how can they work together?
Exactly. It's finding ways for AI and humans to, help each other.
Yeah, like be more efficient.
Be more innovative.
Yeah.
Create a more successful organization.
Exactly. So that brings us to our final thought for today's deep dive.
Ooh, I like it.
Think about your own workplace. Does it have the right, like, conditions?
Yeah, the right environment.
The right environment to really get the most out of AI investment?
Yeah.
If not,
What could you do to change it?
what could you do? Yeah, is it training? Is it, like, changing the structure?
Maybe it's something as simple as having more conversations
Conversation.
about AI and how it fits into your company.
Exactly. And I think what this deep dive has shown us is that the future of work, it's not just about AI.
Right.
It's about us.
It's about how we adapt, how we evolve.
It's about people.
It's about people, exactly.
So keep learning, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep pushing the boundaries.
That's what it's all about.
Until next time, happy diving.